one of the great achievements of our time.
Alan Cox.
On 100.7 WMMS.
In one of our studios in Philadelphia. And I couldn't be more excited for her to be part of the show today as Bill presents us with the final Get Down of 2022. Final live Get Down. You will still hear them.
I was broadcasting today.
I forgot. That's right. I did.
So
but that's why I'm
fake like you're excited.
I'm excited for you to be a part of the last live Get Down of 2022. It doesn't matter that I forgot you were going to be on the show. I'm happy that you're going to experience the Bill Squire Friday Get Down.
Now, the thing is,
they all say,
when she's on a Zoom call with Poundcake and she can see Poundcake, but you can't see us, can you?
I have the live stream pulled up.
But you can't see.
So I can see it in delay.
Oh, she only sees Cody.
But the good thing is, I can switch it to me.
Perfect. Even better.
I assume that was a given.
Yeah. So when we go to, I'm sorry, when we do it later, it'll be both of us.
Yep.
So she'll be reacting to it in real time.
Perfect.
That's beautiful.
Split screen, just like we wanted.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to the show on iHeartRadio, thank you. If you do it from out of state, tell me where. We have hundreds and hundreds of bureau chiefs all throughout North America. We have Jason in Charlotte. We have Jackie in Paramus, New Jersey. We have Doug in Potomac, Maryland. We have Ken in Pittsburgh. Isaias in Jacksonville, Florida. Emily is a brand new listener in Kalamazoo, Michigan, the lovely city of Kalamazoo. And you can always leave us messages there, too, if you like.
Oh, come on, Bill. Prime rib isn't good either if you throw it in a microwave like you did your Steakums.
Oh, shots fired. Is he trying to imply that Steakums are no good in the microwave?
Why would I microwave the Steakums?
I didn't recall you saying that.
I don't microwave.
You cook them in a pan, right? Why does he think you nuked your Steakums?
I don't know, because the same reason he's made the loudest. Was that a call or was that the
It was
app?
a talkback. It was on the app, yeah.
He doesn't think things through.
All right.
No, I don't microwave things.
Well,
I don't. I was the one that got on Alan about microwaving hot dogs.
That's right.
I don't like to microwave meat.
He did. I poke holes in it with a fork, and then I nuke them. We had to buy a new microwave. Our microwave crapped out. It was the one that came with the house.
No big deal to a millionaire.
That's right. I got my gold-plated microwave.
Unbelievable.
Well, here's the thing, though. We have an over-the-stove microwave, and it was the one that was there. You know, we have the appliances that were there when we moved into the house. So it was eventually going to crap out. But Gwen she doesn't want me to do any big things until we redo the whole kitchen. And God knows when that will be. So I'm like, well, we need a microwave. So now we have the one that doesn't work, that's bolted into the, above the stove.
The cabinet.
And now we have another one that we just bought that's on like a counter, a tabletop in the kitchen.
Must be nice to have that much counter space.
Oh, no, we barely have we have a tiny. You've been in our kitchen, haven't you?
No, I've never been to this house.
Really?
Maybe
well,
I
ask
have.
your
I don't
ex-wife.
know.
She's been there a million times.
I know.
Listen, at least you're not calling and complaining to the Jimmy Dean sausage line. Remember that guy?
I love that guy.
It's going viral again. The guy named Randy Taylor about 15 years ago called and left a very, very pissed off message to Jimmy Dean sausage.
I don't know where you people come from. I don't know if you test your products. Your products are very delicious. Love your sausage for 30-something years, but I can't take and feed a family of 5 on a little 12-ounce roll of sausage. I don't mind paying you more money for your 16-ounce roll of sausage, but you don't have it anymore. You've got a 12-ounce roll, and you got 3 men that weigh over 200 pounds apiece, a woman that's a little plump, and a daughter who's 13, and you're going to try to take a 12-ounce roll of sausage and a couple of dozen eggs and feed that. It ain't going to work, and I'm not going to purchase your product anymore or ever again. And as far as your 16-ounce and maple and sage, I don't eat that. I'm not from the north. I'm a Texas man. Jimmy Dean sausage is for Southern people to eat with the breakfast, with the fried eggs and the T-bone steaks. And I'm not going to buy 2 of those 12-ounce packages just because you want to downsize and charge the same price. Mm-hmm. Goodbye.
Goodbye. I got a wife who's a little plump, which is probably being diplomatic.
No.
He's eating T-bone steaks and Jimmy
T-bone
Dean sausage
steaks,
every
yeah.
month. I'm a Texas man. I ain't no goddamn maple and sage.
He said, I ain't from up north.
I ain't from the north.
Right.
I love that.
All of
That's
the
the way.
yuppies.
But I'll tell you what. That's how my dad would talk. He wasn't that bad, but my dad is from Tupelo, Mississippi, and he's like, "We don't do it that way. We ain't from the north." I go, okay.
I don't recall your dad sounding like that.
No, he didn't sound like that. But there were things. There are.
I'm just going off of what I hear when I hear him talk for the Alexa.
Shut up, Bill. You mean when he tries to call me from the beyond through my smart speaker?
Mm-hmm.
You're right. He does not sound like that at all.
Helen, this is your father speaking from the Alexa.
Boy, what's going to happen now that Amazon is gutting the Alexa project? How is my dad going to contact me?
Well, I think they're going to keep that in place for sure.
I don't know anything. They're
Just
getting
for your dad.
They're getting rid of the whole Alexa project. It's just been a money pit for them. The best part of that.
So the ones you already have aren't going to work anymore?
Oh, they're going to work, but we were talking about this last week. The Alexa thing, the Amazon Echo,
They're
I believe.
not selling more of them.
No,
but
but it has been a massive, colossal failure. The whole project has been because smart speakers really kind of peaked. They didn't do what these companies wanted them to do. They wanted to sell us stuff all the time. They wanted us going, Alexa, get me more, put this on my list. They wanted people using them to sell things. What they've turned into is they're the modern equivalent of a clock radio.
Right,
and so
I understand that.
they're losing $10 billion a year on Alexa. So that's why they're firing all those people. So the ones you have, I'm sure there'll be some bare bones like applications and connectivity. You'll still be able to use them the same way.
It'll do the same stuff
so
that
then
most
he'll
people
still be a
use it
conduit.
for. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So he'll still be able to call you on there.
I don't
As long as they're not
We
shutting
hope
it
so.
I don't
fully
know.
down.
I don't know what they'll be removing, if anything. Yeah, I hope you're right. I hope that my dad will still be able to contact me through the Alexa. Because
Helen, this
Alexa.
is your father speaking from the Alexa.
yeah.
Switch to Ouija mode.
Alan, the best part of that Randy Taylor call is when he thinks he hung his phone up.
Oh yeah.
Right? And it's still being recorded. He's cursing. He's talking to his wife. I know goddamn sausages and, you know.
Little 12-ounce damn roll of sausage supposed to feed your brother and me and you 600 pounds of men, at least. You get my point? And the two girls, and they put it in that roll of sausage. Son of a bitch. Somebody needs their ass kicked. Some little consumer geekaroid fucked this up. Save money. Yeah, save money. Save money. I'm going to eat, damn it.
Some computer geekaroid with this pussy sausage roll. I love it. I know maple and sage. I'm a Texas man.
I remember the one, I'll never forget this. The brand of bottled water that my dad used to buy used to have a cardboard bottom to it. Okay, so there was cardboard on the bottom, and then it was wrapped in plastic after that. And then they did away with the cardboard on the bottom. And my dad was so mad because when he would put it in the fridge, he liked to cut the plastic off the top, but then the cardboard would kind of keep it in the right spot, you know? So when they did away with it, he was trying to put it in the fridge the one time, and he's going on and on. And then I'm trying to help him, but I'm also laughing because he's getting so frustrated with these water bottles falling all over the place. And he goes, you know what? Some idiot like you went to college and found out that they could save 29 cents by not putting the cardboard in, and now I have water bottles all over my kitchen.
Hit like you.
I'm like, Dad, why are you mad at people going to college? Like, what are you even talking
Especially
about?
since he was pissed that you quit college.
But I was still in college at the time.
Oh, you were. I see. This
So
wasn't
it
a
was
more
just
recent.
It was
thing.
a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
He was just mad at anyone with an education at that point.
Yeah, but also there are plenty of
Relatable.
business owners who didn't go to college who
Right.
are always
Right.
looking to cut costs. Did your dad
Sure.
go to college, Bill? He's a very prominent right? He built a business.
He built a business.
And he's always looking to cut costs.
Well, my dad was-
There's one rule of business, which is keep it in the black. They're not worried about, they're trying not to lose money. People have this notion that companies are supposed to be like moral or humanistic or whatever. There's one rule in business, which is don't lose money. That's all. If you're a business owner, that's all you care about. And some people take a more screwing employees approach to it, and some people take a more, my people are the reason this company's successful approach to it. But
he was mad at anyone with an education at that point.
And where does that come from? I know that's
idea.
not an uncommon thought, I guess, among people who aren't college educated. Like they feel like people who are at the ivory towers, and I was always curious where that came from because it wasn't always like that. It wasn't always like that. There was a time where people who, it sounds weird to say, there was a time where people kind of knew, like, I ain't that bright.
Right.
I didn't go to college, or I didn't finish high, you know what I mean? Because I'm not that bright. Now everybody's like, everybody thinks they're a genius. And they're mad at people who do. You hear our audience. They get mad at me because I know some things. I don't know. I'm kind of a dummy when it comes to most things. But I know some things. Boy, they get mad when I know things. And I never understand that. Maybe it's my tone. Could it be my tone?
I've told you many times that you have the improper tone, and you don't want to hear it.
Like that dude called back, left a voicemail.
Alan, it's not phoning it in, okay? Bill, quit saying phoning it in. That's not even an expression. The expression that I used, and the correct expression, is mailing it in. You're mailing it in. That is the expression. It's not phoning it in. That doesn't even make any sense. And you guys are still mailing it in. Additionally, it's not a question. When Tim Nisney says, you know what I do, that's exclamatory, meaning he's telling you, you know what I do, period. Not a question. Typical, you're
right
a
there.
grammar Nazi, and you're over here proposing that's a question? Wouldn't there be a question mark at the end of that statement if it was a question? Get a life. Tighten up. Do better. Honestly, my New Year's resolution is to be nicer too, so I'm not going to do this anymore, hopefully in the beginning of the year. But I don't care. It's not the New Year yet.
You suck. Oh, boy, I love it. By the way, I don't know where he comes up with phoning it in is not a phrase. That is very much a phrase.
Yeah, you can look it up.
Phoning it in, it might not.
It was mailing it in, and then because of how society progresses, it became phoning it in.
Yeah, phoning it in was about people that wouldn't show up. Like if you had, like, they're not such a big thing anymore, but like when conference calls were a big thing way back in the day, conference calls for somebody who didn't want to show up to a meeting, they go, you just conference me in, wherever they were. They were phoning it in.
Now it's zooming it
Dummy.
in.
I don't know who that is, but he's going, get a life. He leads like a minute and a half long.
He was right about the Tim Nisney thing, though. He was right about that.
What, there would be a question mark?
There would be, no, he said there would be an exclamation point.
By the way, exclamatory sounds like one of them goddamn fancy college words to me.
Right, but
we don't cotton to that around here.
Went from mailing it in to phoning it in to now zooming it in.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
We have Poundcake and Mary doing that just now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exclamatory.
Maybe that's why Poundcake doesn't listen to you, is because he's zooming it in.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's a lot easier not to listen when you're zooming it in. I'll tell you that much.
Maybe that's okay. People gave me a hard time for giving Poundcake a hard time yesterday.
Yeah, you missed it, Mary.
Oh, we yelled at Poundcake again? Why? Because he's not doing anything?
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly right.
No, because I was talking about something, and I didn't throw it to him. I didn't ask him a question. He interjected with something that I had just said. And he got me at just the right time, and I really lit into him. Really crawled up his ass. So
Come on, Code.
It was the Britney.
I'm not doing it again because I did it yesterday.
Were you on the phone?
He wasn't on the phone.
No.
He wasn't listening.
Damn it.
No,
he was
trying
Googling Michael Avenatti's ex-wife. Don't make me do it again.
Okay.
I'm going to get a full head of steam again, and I'm in an okay mood today. It's Friday. Only got a few shows left, right? We got the friggin' whatchamacallit coming up.
Friday,
Get down.
Get down.
Mary's in Philly. You know?
Doing a lot of things.
There's a lot of things going on. So Poundcake is fine. We're going to the weekend. He had a good weigh-in yesterday. We'll weigh him one more time next Thursday. It's going to be fine. It's all good. But yesterday, I was doing some quality control on this show because people think I just fart and this all happens. And they give, because again, this audience you train an audience, okay? So after a while, an audience will listen to you in a certain way. They will kind of become part of the program where they understand kind of the inside comments and the jokes and things like that. And this audience has infantilized Poundcake. He's very much like when you read these articles on this Sam Bankman-Fried, this kid who is engaging in massive Bitcoin crypto fraud, right? Melted down that FTX exchange. But he looks like a dude that lives in his parents' basement. And his parents are these prominent professors. Imagine that your screw-up or your hubris or whatever it is acts as your parents. Like we were doing that asteroid simulator before. Mm-hmm. This guy cratered himself, his family. I mean, the blast radius just keeps going and going and going. And everybody's talking, oh, this kid got in over his head. He's 30 years old, this Sam Bankman-Fried dude. The fact that he walks around in like board shorts and hoagie stains on his shirt doesn't mean that he didn't engage in tens of billions of dollars in fraud. But everybody's treating him like he's just some kid who got in over his head. And that's how this audience treats Cody. And I don't treat him that way. You know why? Because I respect him. This audience doesn't respect Poundcake. I do. That's why I treat him like an adult. That's why I treat him like a creative person. Because that's what he is and what he aspires to. He wouldn't even be on this show if I didn't think of him that way. But the audience wants to treat him like a child. His mother wants to treat him like a child. That's a whole other thing because she is his mom. And she is a black woman. If you hear Trevor Noah talk about it, Trevor Noah did his last Daily Show last night. Did you see the clip of him talking about black women?
Yeah,
No.
he like cried.
Yeah, because he's like, this country, well, I'll play you the clip. He's like, this country needs to pay attention to black women.
I always tell people, if you truly want to learn about America, talk to black women. Unlike everybody else, black women cannot afford to f around and find out. Black people understand how hard it is when things go bad, especially in America, but any place where black people exist, whether it's Brazil, whether it's South Africa, wherever it is, when things go bad, black people know that it gets worse for them. But black women in particular, they know what is. People always be shocked. They'll be like, why do black women turn out the way they do in America? Why do they vote the way they... Yeah, because they know what happens if things do not go the way it should. They cannot afford to f around and find out.
Mm-hmm. Black women know. By the way, I was hoping that our friend Roy Wood Jr. would become the instant host of The Daily Show, but they've decided they're going to rotate guest hosts for a year, which is not a dumb thing to do. I mean, it's going to allow them some room to see who is good and but it's going to be like Chelsea Handler and Sarah Silverman, and all the correspondents will be in there.
Is Aaron Rodgers going to get a week?
Ken Jennings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but so last night was Trevor Noah's last Daily Show. Josh in St. Louis, hello.
Hey, Alan, how you doing today?
What's going on? How are you?
I was calling to say, for one, I would not ever treat Poundcake like a child if he worked for me. He would definitely have to prove himself. So when you get on him, I'm like, Alan kind of always takes it easy on him. And I like Poundcake, but I would definitely not treat him like a child. He'd have to work.
Well, yeah, I mean, there are the other end of that spectrum is people who think I am too easy on him. But I don't want him to hate coming to work, you know?
Yeah, I think you're just right. I think you only every once in a while does it finally get under your skin enough to be like, dude, just pay attention. I've had plenty of people work under me where the main thing that I wanted from them was to pay attention. So I get it. Sometimes you get mad. But I was calling to say that I'm a college-educated small business owner that kind of hates college-educated people a lot of the time.
Oh, good for you.
I know. I'm going to take the prize. Yes. Well, here's the thing, Bill. I went to Bible college. And during Bible
Did you go in
college, I
Tennessee?
realized...
I don't know if that counts.
I was going to say, there's no such thing as Bible college, by the way.
Yes, there is. It's Lee University in Tennessee.
No.
My sister went
I
there.
know there are institutions that call themselves that, but they're like, creationism and biology class and nonsense like that.
Well, not so much, but Emmaus Bible College is a Bible college. But when I was there, I realized that if I had to spend all eternity with the people I was in school with, then I definitely didn't want to go to hell. Or go to heaven.
Well, again, that's a very specific kind of college that you're talking about too. But,
yeah.
And by the way, you'll notice that the people who have a real problem with college-educated people, they're not talking about people that went to Bible college. They love those people. You got to go to Jerry Falwell University, Oral Roberts.
Yeah, but those people are even worse than the regular college-educated
We're all
people,
trying to get along, Josh. All trying to get along. Hey, I got to move on here, pal, but I appreciate the call, okay?
Right on. Have a good day, guys.
Okay, you too. There's Josh in St. Louis. I got a break here. We'll do the Bill Squire Friday Get Down momentarily, brought to you by Cleveland Whiskey. If you want to text for something, 35192, and we'll be back.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.